I mean, it's normally as close to 9 o'clock as I can get it. I normally try and sort of gauge it. And now the truth is, I just decide what time it's going to be during the day. I can never remember whether it's 9 o'clock, 9:05, 9:15. I mean, it's 9-ish.
There are no live sacrifices in the red zone. That is for the white zone only.
I once sacrificed a Casio calculator. Does that count?
The calculator was not alive.
Well, where do all the little calculators go?
Are you telling me there's no such thing as silicon heaven?
That's right. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening, James. Good evening, Carl. Good evening, everyone who's tuned in to watch the show.
Cheers.
All of you. We really appreciate it. It's fantastic to see you make the effort to tune in and watch us, as always. You're the reason why we do it, all of you. And it's nice to be here. How the devil are we, chaps? First of all, how are you, Carl? How are we doing?
Oh, ready for this evening's show. It's been a very big, busy day with the, local association football teams playing, and Sunday is always our busiest day of the week. Anyway, been a busy one, but good.
Giles, I was just saying to Mrs. Richard the other day, wasn't it lovely in our sort of 20s when you could go to a pub for Sunday lunch and then just stay there until closing?
Yeah.
Back when we were able and capable of doing such a thing. It was a lovely thing. How the devil are you, James?
I'm very well, thank you. I had a tiring weekend of tidying up around my children, and then I was allowed to do my own thing for an hour earlier, which was lovely.
You lucky. I love tidying up. Well, as you well know, I love tidying up. It's just my favourite pastime. Unstacking like taking everything out of my shed and putting everything back into my shed again is like a perfect day for me. It really is.
Yes, but for me, Richard, it's the relentless chasing around behind empty crisp packets and yogurt pots and whatever else they've thrown around on the floor.
Oh, gosh, no! You want that out of them straight away. God. So, if you're watching for the first time, or for the second time, or you're a regular viewer, please do say hi in the comments. We'd love to know who you are, why you're watching, where you're watching from, your favourite character, your favourite ship, all that jazz. Good evening to Chris. Good evening to Gary. Good evening to Leah. Good evening to Mark.
Hello.
We are uncommonly very short on viewers this evening. We're about 70% down on our usual viewership. It's almost as if people have realised Star Trek is dead.
There's plenty of it that we can still enjoy, even if you're not a fan of what's currently being produced.
Hey, Dave. How you doing, buddy? Good evening, James. So, this evening, we've got to talk about Star Trek. I'd like to talk about Voyager. What would you guys like to talk about?
I'm game to talk about Voyager, but I think we should probably fit in something about this week's Academy.
Would you like me to play your little? Well, would you like me to play your little intro? I managed to.
Yes, let's have the intro. Let's do Starfleet
again. Let me load that up. Give me 2 seconds. That one. And that one. There it is. Yeah.
Roll BT. Mahoney, you did a bad thing. So, episode 4 of Academy, they've given it another Latin name, which is what they do when they're trying to sound clever. Yes, Richard, over to you. What were your thoughts?
I think it's probably safest if I simply respond to questions over this episode with either yes or no answers, because I don't want to get us cancelled.
Okay, so Richard, the central tenet of this week's episode of Starfleet Academy, which actually did go to space, which made a change, was essentially around two things. The Klingon chap wrestling with his own warrior or non-warrior identity, and of course, a trip to the student debating club. Which was your favourite of the two? The debating club or the Klingons wrestling with his own conscience?
I'm going to respond with yes or no answers. That way we won't get cancelled.
Was the Klingon storyline your favourite?
No.
No. So you preferred the debating storyline?
No.
No. Okay, so you disliked them both in equal measure?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, all right. So what we learned is that the Klingons refused to accept charity, despite the fact that that completely undermines the entire plot of the undiscovered country, and that they've got themselves into a fix yet again, for which they've reached out to the Federation for help, but won't accept the help that's offered to them, and that they would only accept the charity if they could have a fake fight in which to receive it, which would fool no one. That was broadly, I think, the plot. Do you agree, Richard?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So in essence, it was a nonsense, wasn't it?
Yes.
Okay. What did you think, Carl?
I think they wanted to follow in the footsteps.
Before you go any further, Carl, sorry to interrupt. Lovely haircut, by the way. Continue.
Thank you. Did it myself.
Impressive. Most impressive.
I feel that they attempted to follow in the footsteps of some really quite famous Trek episodes. I think they missed, but
yes.
Yeah. But I think I know where they were trying to go. But yeah, I think they missed. Yeah, when you think about cultural identities and that sort of thing, you can go as far back as a mock time. But they missed.
And that sums up this week's episode of Starfleet Academy. So let's move on. Let's talk about. Sorry, chap. Continue if you want to, and obviously our audience as well. Please do.
Do you think if Kirk were there, he would have just said, "Let them die. They're animals."
No.
I kind of go.
Well, that's what he said in Undiscovered Country. So why would he change his view now?
He was being a little bit emotive there, though, wasn't he? Because of what had happened to his one and only son. But I think he has been, Kirk has been known to kind of respect the cultural differences, even to the point where, look at, again, use a mock time as the example. McCoy shot him up to make him look dead so that, Spock's cultural rivalry that had to be satisfied could be satisfied. It's not that dissimilar. to what happened in this episode?
I just find it very unconvincing, Carl, because a Klingon fleet turns up that was about 30 times the size of the Federation fleet. They trade fire for a couple of minutes, in which, at worst, the Athena's shields go down by 5%. And
I think
that's considered an honourable victory.
Well, it's in the previous episode with the Beta Zeds. It is also stated that they're in danger of becoming, technologically inferior because of their isolation. And the position the Klingons are currently in, I don't think it's that big a stretch to imagine that 30-odd ships of the Klingons that have been, wandering aimlessly without a home world and no means of upgrades or repairs potentially, quite possibly aren't a match for 5 Starfleet vessels with nothing that's attached to each other.
Did you notice that the last ship that turned up, the name of it?
No, I didn't know.
The last ship in the Federation fleet was the USS Riker.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's good to know that we've finally been recognised. But yeah, like I say, I think that I understand what they were trying to aim at. I just think they missed.
Yes, I'm afraid that the standard needs to improve markedly if this is going to be a successful series. I'm quite disappointed by what I saw.
I think as well they're aiming it at a modern audience, and unfortunately, a lot of the time, this is probably the way modern audiences will take it in.
Hey, I'm modern. Look! I could put brainy specs on.
Ooh.
My children who watched the episode with me, ages 14 and 15, agreed with my synopsis of this episode. I will say this: it is the worst episode of Star Trek I have ever seen in my entire life. It was downright fucking offensive.
Oh, we're post 9 o'clock. That's okay.
It was an insult to Star Trek, and I hope that signals the end of Starfleet Academy. I was embarrassed as a Star Trek fan to watch it.
Does anyone in the comments have any different views?
This was, after all, an episode including debate.
Now, Dave says he was annoyed with the Doctor. Doctor misquoted Picard and Sati, and then swore. Did he misquote Sati? I thought it was the same quote that we have in
misquoted
Drumhead.
Yeah. Again, another very
relevant. I think the wording was slightly off, but
when the first thought is censured, the first link is forged, all of that.
Yeah, with the first link that's forged, the first speech censored, it changes all irrevocably.
I mean, when I heard those words immediately, as a diehard TNG fan, I went, I know exactly where that's come from.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You kind of also know where they're going with the episode at that point as well.
Oh, quickly jumping in. Always look to the positives. Yeah, costumes were on point. Great costumes this week.
Yeah.
What was special about the Klingon? I can't think of anything about the Klingon footwear, Lee. You'll have to help us.
Oh, I didn't hate it, so... Yeah.
And they normally have big sort of hobnobby boots with points on the end, don't they?
A bit like the Gorgon from Highlander.
What's this? No longer a curate's egg, but nice Klingon bow. Or bow.
Bow.
Because, yes, there was a bit of archery going on, wasn't there?
There was.
Christoph says he really likes Academy 104, that Series 1, Episode 4. Academy haters should think where humanity stood 800 years ago and what could change 800 years. Well, where were we 800 years ago? So that's 12.
Well, apparently we had a bit more common sense when demonstrating dangerous hubris in Chaucer's time than we do now.
Okay. Why do you insist on following Trek rules from the 23rd century and the 32nd?
Because they were the best.
Which rules? Trainers, boots with huge platform things like Bratz dolls. I mean, Klingons are imposing enough, aren't they? They don't really need to make themselves taller by wearing step shoes.
I thought the shoes were some of the, and Leah may or may not back me up on this, but the Klingons in the Abrams universe, I thought the shoes were some of the best bits. Actually, they were really good shoes they had in those. So, and they were very similar. So,
Numbers Wise Academy has the best numbers for new Trek shows. If you dismiss it as worse Trek, then keep rewatching TNG. Well, we don't know that. In fact, we've never been shown the viewing figures for Discovery.
Yes, I'm going to have to jump on and say that sadly we never get official figures, but we do know it's actually not even in the top 10 of Paramount Plus's streaming. It's dropped off their streaming charts, and in all the torrent sites, it doesn't appear in their top 20. I'm not sure where you're getting your numbers from, Christoph, but they're not the same as the rest of us. It is the least watched new season of Star Trek there has ever been.
So
by all accounts that we can tell.
I believe he's getting his numbers from Trek Movie. Let me see if I can find it. I did see an article flash up about this. I didn't read it, but let me see if I can track it down.
It's one of these things where they say, well, if you don't like it, don't watch it. And then no one watches it and it gets cancelled. Which is what I'm hoping is going to happen to this shit.
When Strange New Worlds come out, we've got one season of that left.
It'll be after this finishes, presumably. It'll be in the summer, I should think.
I think it's slated for April.
Well, does that mean we go through to the end of Academy? Because I think we're only getting 10 or 12 episodes of season 1, and that means we then get the final season of Strange New Worlds straight after.
In fact, I mean, I know we've all been enjoying Strange New Worlds, but it does kind of feel like it's run its course. You know, yeah. I'm not sure where they can really go with it after. So I think they're finishing at the right time.
Well, where we think they might be going is Starfleet Year 1, where Paul Wesley's Kirk has the first year of Kirk's 5-year mission that we didn't see.
He's never going to carry a series off as a lead. I've enjoyed him, but he's not going to lead a series. It's not, you know.
I mean, they are throwing it around, so who knows?
Apparently, in its first 8 days, so this is only regarding the first 2 episodes of Academy.
Yeah.
In its first 8 days, those first 2 episodes collected 2.1 million viewers, which, when compared to season 3 of both Strange New Worlds and Picard, were well above where both of those seasons stood as an average.
So the initial Star Trek that no one had seen got more viewers than people who were midway through a 3rd season. Well, wow.
Quite significantly, though. You know, I mean, Strange New Worlds 1.3 million, Picard 1.3 million. So, you know, they're almost a million ahead. It'd be interesting to see, like you say, how those figures average out over the season.
Well, you have to give it a chance to like it or not like it, don't you?
Yeah,
so
totally.
Episode in is early, people to be switching off.
Absolutely. I mean, the specific reasons why I think this is the worst episode of Star Trek ever made, it's possible, could be ironed out in the next episode. Very unlikely there will be, but it's possible there might be.
What did you think of the saucer separation at the end?
It was the last thing on my mind after witnessing the dangerous shit that I'd just...
I thought this seems a bit odd that the saucer, well, only the top of the saucer comes off and has its own warp engines. Which, well, what do you need the big wing things for then?
Almost like it made no sense, wasn't it?
It made a funny noise when it flew off, but I guess that's because they actually did go into battle and didn't want to take the whole school with them.
Did they go into battle?
Well, they didn't really, because they didn't really fight. But there we go. Now, what else have we got? Nadeem says, good episode, proper Trek vibes this week. Okay, that's one view. Gemma says, I would still rewrite the episode and have more Klingons in the Academy. The point I've made about the Academy is they only seem to have about 24 cadets. And that's meant to replace the entirety of Starfleet on an annual basis, is it? I mean, it doesn't really ring true to me.
Well, certainly they're desperate for recruits.
I don't really
NDA.
get. I mean, the whole thing with the burn, when all the dilithium went up, and any ship that was using it at the time went up, and that's why Kronos has been destroyed because they were using dilithium reactors on Kronos. So does this mean nobody could get anywhere during the period of the burn, or just that there was so little dilithium around, it was strictly rationed? I don't really understand what has happened over that century.
They were using the slipstream stuff, weren't they? I think.
Well, if they were using slipstream, I mean, slipstream was meant to be better than warp, and it seems to have been written out as though it never happened, a bit like transwarp. So, what was the problem then?
I can't entirely remember. It was from Discovery.
I mean, they never used the mushroom drive from Discovery, did they?
No, they did mention it in one of the first episodes, didn't they?
They said Discovery wasn't available.
Yeah, it was being overhauled or repaired or something.
No, my point is, why couldn't they use the technology from the mushroom drive? I mean,
you've got to plug a human into it, haven't you? For the spore drive to work, you've got to plug Stamets into it.
Yeah, it's got to have a navigator.
They hadn't found a fix for that in 800 years.
No. Well, no, because it had been tabled, hadn't it? No one knew about it. No one had ever opened that box in 800 years.
All right, okay.
I mean,
and then the Romulans using a singularity.
A great way to sort of cross the problem of traveling around space, because space is so big. I mean, space is massive. You might
really,
think
really big. I mean,
you might think it's a long walk down to the shops to go and get your newspaper, but space is huge. So instead of coming up with clever things like, I don't know, stargates or warp drives, let's do it by mushrooms.
Well, yes. What I'm looking for is the in-universe explanation of what was going on in that century. So you did have star bases, and it appears that Admiral Vance could get around from time to time, and that they still had ships and still had captains and so on. Somebody must be able to get somewhere. Well, including those Klingon ships, that 30 ship fleet that turned up at the Federation planet. They obviously still were able to get around their old ships.
You're looking very much for a logical explanation when both Discovery and Starfleet Academy, and I'm not mean this is not me being critical. That's very much secondary, thirdary, fifthary to them pushing their woke plot at you. That they don't really care about any of the canon stuff. They just want to ram their nonsense down your throat with no lubricant.
All right. Well, so we don't know what's gone on, and we still don't.
It will never be explained because they haven't thought of a good reason why. And anyone who can come up with a good reason why will go, well, what's the point?
The battle should have been much longer with the ship taking some action. Well, that was my point, really. Firing a few shots at each other and one side surrenders ceremoniously is the... I don't think Honor is satisfied by that, do you?
Not the Klingons we know.
I mean, there's always these things in all sci-fi properties, isn't there? That there has to be a fight to the death, and there's always some clever way of getting out of it being a fight to the death. For example,
we're lacking that. That's the word you've got there, clever. That's what this episode was lacking in abundance.
Yes. So both sides knew it was a show battle for cultural circumstances and respect. See, I just don't buy that, because the whole point is the Klingons were saying we won't accept charity, and then just pretending to have a fight for 2 or 3 minutes, I don't think satisfies that.
No, not at all. What if I were writing it, I would have written in a single combat kind of clause. Let's have a one-on-one fight and build in a good fight scene one-on-one to kind of make it a bit more believable. But I'm not a writer.
And the Organians didn't turn up and stop them either.
Nope.
Or the Metrons. or anyone else, or the
All the
Q.
Breen. Yeah.
Now, yes, now Alan's all over this. Sandhurst takes in effectively 600 cadets annually. That's for the British Army, which is significantly smaller than Starfleet.
Is it though? I mean, not according to Starfleet Academy. It's not.
I mean, even in TNG, they were going to places like Starbase 595, weren't there? And if you imagine that every starbase has someone who's, say, at least a commander in charge of it.
Space is massive. You can't have an academy. I mean, what? Again, I'm not a writer, but I would have written in as having an elite corps. You know, the one we're viewing is the elite, the Red Squadron kind of corps.
Well, they're not coming across as the elite squadron, are they?
No,
Well, it is their first intake of 120 years.
So if it's their first intake of 120 years, where are all the people coming from that are manning the ships now?
Well,
It makes no sense. It makes no sense. We saw five ships show up at this. Who's manning them? If they had no one, if these are the first entrants, who's manning these ships?
So we know Captain Ake is a long-lived species, don't we? So she's about 400 years old. So she predates the burn, but most people don't. So yes, as Richard is right, all those bridge officers, like the lady from the wrestling, who gave her a commission?
Literally, the writers do not give a shit about any canon or any sense.
But what would you do in those circumstances, though? If you had to keep an organisation like that running, but you didn't have the luxury of an academy, what would you do?
Well, I think the point is it has been running. So let's find out how they've been running it, not just pretend that.
Oh, was it like in COVID? It had to all be done over Zoom.
It was all done at online training.
Everyone in Starfleet furloughed for a century.
Yes, that's the one.
Oh, the days of COVID, they were something else, weren't they?
I think the one thing they did show was that it's surprising how adaptable people can be to the circumstances that present themselves at the time. And, you know, if you're going to put that into context along with the burn, there's a connection. Dead clever writing that. You know, then it's just a case of they dealt with the hand they had at the time. You know, if all you've got is a group of people coming through that you don't have the opportunity to train fully in an academy, and you give them a field commission and they learn off the senior person there at the time, then that's the way you have to run it. Otherwise, it just disappears full stop.
Yeah.
I mean,
even as simple an explanation as that is an explanation.
Leah's picked a huge point here that as much as I do think that this episode is the worst episode of Star Trek ever, and it's probably the death of Star Trek, probably for the next 20 years. We're only on episode 4. Like next week, we could, and I'm fully open to it. I'm not going to watch it. But it could well be that they start to fix. They could be setting people like myself up to get angry and go, "What the hell are you doing?" And then suddenly pull out an Uno reverse card. Fully accept that, and if they do, I'll take my hat off. They ain't though, are they?
Well, let's wait and see, shall we? So that's probably enough of Academy for this evening. Did you want to talk about Voyager, Richard?
Yeah, do you remember when Star Trek was good and we had Voyager? But genuinely, this is the kind of...
we are far from the bones of our ancestors.
Well, it's more about when Voyager started, it got a lot of bad press. You know, female captain, Black Vulcan. You know, it was back then. It was called political correctness. Now we call it wokeness. But there was a lot of kind of backlash against it, and you couldn't sell it as, well, they wrote it better. We've all seen Threshold. You know, the early episodes of Voyager. You know, they were rubbish. So that's why I want to talk about Voyager, because it did start off on a really bumpy road. In my opinion, not as bumpy as Starfleet Academy has, but a very bumpy road, and it came to be something that we loved. So there is the chance and the opportunity for it to be turned around. I think we had a very similar conversation with this about Discovery, and sadly they didn't turn it around. But you never know; they might do with Starfleet Academy.
Well, I think it's too early to tell, to be honest.
Yeah. Well, no.
Still, yes. So, what have people out there been doing this week? Who's been watching what? Let's find out who's been watching what Trek on TV. What have you been watching, Richard, while we're waiting for people to comment?
Probably my most favourite thing I've been watching. Welcome to Derry. So, Stephen King's It is my all-time favourite book. I must have read it about 8 times, and I was really excited when they were making the TV series. It's not disappointed. It's absolute class. I'd highly recommend it.
I watched Cocaine Bear last night.
Oh, it's a classic. Absolute classic. I watched that with my kids. Parent of the
I
year.
thought it was preposterous, but then that's the sort of thing that happens in America, isn't it?
Oh, it's based on a true story. My kids loved it, especially when the guy fell out of the tree and then his head fell down afterwards. That was brilliant.
And then actually this afternoon, while I was busy, allowed to get on with something, I watched Anaconda, the new one, which
The new one.
James said he watched that. So they set off to remake Anaconda on a shoestring budget. Would you like me to tell you what happens?
Yeah, please do. I'm not sure we'll be spoiling much.
So, Jack Black and Paul Rudd play childhood friends who want to remake Anaconda, but they've got about $40,000 to make it with. And they find a guy who's got a snake, but it's not a huge snake, and they accidentally manage to chop the snake up with the propeller of their boat. So they have to go find a bigger snake somewhere else. But luckily for them, a bigger snake finds them, and they therefore find themselves more or less in the plot of Anaconda while trying to make a remake of Anaconda. And halfway through, as they're trying to escape, they encounter a bigger boat on the river of some people who say, we're here from Sony to reboot Anaconda. So there's another film crew doing the same thing, and they get wiped out by the Anaconda as well. And it becomes very recursive, but it's great fun. I enjoyed it.
I'm looking forward to watching it.
If you like giant snakes, you'll like this.
I do quite like a big snake. I'm not fond of a spider, but I'm quite keen on a snake.
Alan's been watching Starfleet Academy and reaction videos to it.
I think Christoph got upset and has left.
Dave's had a Crusher theme week. Suspicions. What's Suspicions? What episode is that? I don't remember an episode called Suspicions. Sub Rosa obviously is our
We all remember Sub Rosa.
And 10 seconds from Picard season 3.
Oh, it's the one with TNG season 6, the one with T'Pol, was it? And so you got the Klingon, the Vulcan, the Ferengi. It's the first time metaphasic shieldings.
They walk into a bar.
Yeah, it sounds like a really bad joke, doesn't it?
The one where she manages to solve metaphasic shielding.
Yeah, it's the one where Crusher's trying to advocate for the doctor that's coming up with it.
I never understood why a medical doctor is involved in this. Yeah. I mean, why would Geordie not be the one advocating for it?
Well, either way, What else have we been watching? Anna's watched Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. That was funny enough. I watched Endgame with my lad today.
The Voyager one.
No, the Avengers one.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Silly me. There I am on a Star Trek podcast.
Oh, James, how careless of you.
Was Endgame the very last one?
The last one was any good, yes.
I've lost track. I mean, is that the one where Iron Man gets killed off?
That's right, yes. He gets killed.
And they defeat Galactus.
No, Thanos.
Thanos. Is there another one after that then?
There's lots after that. The crap.
Oh, okay.
Have you watched the latest Captain America film?
I thought he'd quit.
Yeah, Captain America's not in it. That's kind of that's kind of the problem, really.
What's his name? Chris, the actor. Who plays him?
Chris Evans plays Captain America, but we've got a new Captain America played by, I think, Anthony Mackie is the guy's name. He's a good actor, actually, but he's not Captain America. So, yeah.
Ah. And when they have the Avengers, it's not John Steed and Emma Peel, is it? They're the Avengers.
Just quickly, yeah. Gemma Christoph was not reacting to you at all. I think he was definitely more reacting to me and my reaction to this episode. Christoph's not having a moan at you whatsoever. No, actually, and a good day. But mood about the most recent episode of Starfleet Academy, yeah. Very, very... It's got me very down a bit. It got me, to be honest, a bit embarrassed to be a Star Trek fan. That's just how bad and dangerous I thought this episode was.
Should we move on from Academy, though, because it's quite polarizing? I've got a collectible.
Ooh.
Could you value it for me, Carl?
I can attempt.
Well, we better do your trailer then.
Do we still have that?
Yes. Now this is a unique item, Carl, which I found in this box while tidying the house the other day, and within it was this little card.
Do you mind if I just make you slightly bigger, James? There we are.
There we go. So there's a little card that was in it.
Mm-hmm.
And it says this. To our dearest captain, congratulations on your beautiful little cadet. We love you loads. All our best, the Riker's Beard crew, which was lovely. This was given to me when little Isabel turned up. And there's only one of these in the entire universe, as far as I'm aware. It is the Riker's Beard tie.
Ooh.
Look at that.
Wow.
What do you think that's worth then?
Oh, good Lord. There's no value can be placed on such an article. Absolutely none. I mean, you literally you could have someone offer an insane amount of money, and I guarantee you would just sit there and go, nah.
No,
I think you have to consider.
I'd go. Yeah,
you have to consider not just the monetary value, but what it will gain you entry to. I mean, say you were to turn up at a restaurant or for a job interview wearing that tie, you're guaranteed. Doesn't matter. You could get into Dorsia wearing that tie.
Oh, but what instead?
Anyone gets that reference? Please put it in the comments, please.
The Riker's Beard com badge, with neodymium magnet on the back.
Ooh.
Still available for £20 English.
It's like my lighthouse inspector badge. How many pickles has that got us out of?
Quite a few.
Well, I'm a lighthouse inspector. I mean, I don't. I can't remember when did I actually use that line and it did actually work. It was at a restaurant, wasn't it? I said, I'm
We
sorry,
were in
Barbara.
Wagamama's.
That's right. No. I had the badge. I had the badge and I used it. I said, I'm a lighthouse inspector. I'm sure we did. I think it was a chain restaurant. I might have been very, very drunk.
Well, I do remember in Wagamama's the staff came over to talk to you specifically about being a lighthouse inspector.
Yes, and I thought, well, I can either come clean or try and carry this on. And I thought I did a good job. And I said about how they're much better since they're not powered by oil and by electricity. They're much better now than with LED lamps rather than oils. The guy was like, "Oh yeah, much better."
Oh dear! And don't forget, of course, there is the Riker's beard metal belt buckle.
Yes.
Yes, look at that. Now, imagine not getting a job if you were wearing that.
Well, I'd be worried how they'd witness my buckle, I suppose.
Well, yeah. But there you have it. Oh, and don't forget, of course, yes, we have the Riker's beard contraceptive foam still there.
Yes. Guaranteed to prevent sex.
Now, already I've had a bid for 100. Was that a million?
Million Barrowmans. You're several zeros short there, Gary, I'm afraid.
That's worth about £1, isn't it?
Something along those lines, yeah.
Oh, on that score, Alan, since you've been in possession of your Evening with John Barrowman DVD, how have you enjoyed it? We'd love to know.
This Evening with John Barrowman DVD, is this him doing cabaret?
Yes.
Ah, right, okay. That's not as bad as I thought.
Well, that's what we think it is. I mean, we've never watched it.
Yeah, well, maybe Alan can tell us.
The Thai proper merch, that is. Yeah, it certainly is. Hang on. Alan's loves having the... Do you use it as a coaster, Alan?
Well, maybe he throws it at intruders.
Emma, who looks after us, says she's in a bar in Lanzarote tonight. Lanzarote.
I hope you're having fun, Emma.
Yes. Good stuff. All right. And Leah's obviously very busy. 4 new Trek costumes in making for DST. Or you're going to Vegas, of course, aren't you? So much to make, so little time. Yeah. I think I've probably topped out on costumes now. I've got so many, I don't know what to do with them all. Maybe I could get the gorilla outfit for that joke about the Ferengi.
My favourites are still our cruise ship ones. I think they're marvellous.
Yeah. Carl should get one.
I think he should.
I just don't look good in shorts.
Everyone looks good in shorts.
Not everyone.
If you don't look good in them, Carl, you just need to make the shorts shorter.
Tiny warp core tie. Yeah.
Let's go with that.
I have seen someone online making some warp core pajamas. I don't feel the need for them, though. I don't think that was intended for me. I think that's probably intended for Leah.
Probably. I think it's pretty likely, really. I mean, your costumes are good, but Leah's are professional.
Yes. Here we go. Groucho Marx.
But she doesn't wear them as good as you. That'll give you.
Is this Groucho Marx or is this Jim's dad out of the American Pie films? Now, listen,
it's an American Pie, but I know who you're talking about. And my reference to Leah not wearing her outfits as good as you, she doesn't do as Admiral as good as you. You're the best Admiral I've seen, James. Leah, you're never going to play a good Admiral, I'm afraid. it's not going to happen.
Oh dear. Let's hope the world's ready for that, James.
Wow.
Let's hope you have the body hair of Chewbacca so you don't get arrested.
Jim's dad. There we are. Still working on 10 costumes. Says that 10.
Wow.
I don't think I only took 3 to the last convention. Because I just couldn't be bothered anymore. Running around changing.
Those ones we got from I forgot now. The DS9 ones we got were very good.
Yes.
Yeah,
they're from
superb.
Assault Jackets.
That's it, Acel. Yeah, we got the ones we got from Acel was superb. It's funny how the Chinese stuff always fits me really well. Can't work it out.
Ruth has weighed in. She's working on a 4th costume and planning on a 5th. Nadeem asks if it's Slarty Bartfast. Come along or you'll be late. As in the late Arthur Dent. It's a kind of threat. Hang on. Amanda's there. What's Amanda doing? She's making a costume for an episode which has been taken off Paramount. Ooh.
Well, this is the thing. It's really how do you keep up with where you're supposed to get your? Do you sign up to Paramount? Do you sign up to Netflix? Do you sign up to Amazon Prime? Where are you supposed to get all your track from? Because they
all on
just shuffle
Paramount
around so much.
Yeah, none of it's on Netflix anymore.
No. And I was bloody. I think season 4 of DS9. All of a sudden, it's gone.
Leo wants to know, anyone planning to attend Liverpool Comic Con to meet Shatner in May? Short answer, no. I went to Liverpool once and I was on Richard and Judy.
You were on Richard and Judy. I've seen the video.
Today's reading The Hitchhiker's Guide. Excellent choice. Don't forget to read Dirk Gently's Holistic Detective Agency afterward. That's brilliant. Yes. Carl, I think we've got a wish clip.
Which one?
Do the Star Wars one.
Yes.
Do the Wish trailer first. We haven't had Wish for a while.
Okay. Someone do the Wish trailer while I do this.
I don't have the control of the trailers.
No, the Wish trailer.
Richard, run the Wish trailer.
Okay.
Now, if you ever feel like somebody's done something to ruin your fandom and produce some terrible content, and it's been suggested this evening that there may be some views to that effect, don't worry though, because Star Wars has had stuff done to it that's far worse, including the holiday special. But roll VT.
I find that difficult to believe.
Is curved unless we lift off of the star. Look, I know you're right. We just gotta take flight before they find out where we are. Darth will keep searching them up and down till he finds our hiding place. Before we're very long, they'll know we're gone. Got to get lost in space. Riders to the stars, we are flying, we are falling. See the clouds rolling by. Riders to the stars, we are sailing, we are soaring. Only thing we can do is try to get the first available flight outside. We are riders to the stars. We are riders to the stars. We are riders to the stars.
George Lucas signed off on that.
I'm never playing one of those again without reviewing it first, James.
I did prefer that to the most recent episode of Starfleet Academy.
Oh, that was good fun, wasn't it?
It was different.
I can tell you though that I haven't saved any clips about choppers recently, so there's no new episode of James and Richard's Massive Choppers.
Helicopter.
Here's some interesting aviation news, though, Richard. I read that a Nimrod might be being brought to Manston for preservation.
Oh, nice. I keep seeing this. You know, you talk about stuff and Facebook picks up in algorithms. I keep seeing this Jaws T-shirt, but it's Kermit the Frog with a fag in his mouth, looking like that with the massive shark behind him instead of Roy Scheider. It's brilliant. Honestly, it's absolute. Because it looks like Roy Scheider. It just does, even though he's not wearing glasses. It just is him. It's brilliant.
The Muppets is back soon, isn't it?
It is.
In the Muppet Theatre, we're going back to classic style Muppets.
Yeah.
More importantly, apparently they're making a sequel to John Carpenter's The Thing. And John Carpenter's doing it.
Ooh.
That'd be cool.
More importantly, I've just found another piece of merch. Look.
Oh, the Riker's big guitar pick.
There it
By
is.
the way, I have actually used one of those at a gig. It doesn't last past 3 songs. They're not good. They're for looking only. They're not functional.
This one's a promotional Portsmouth 2025.
Yeah. They're literally 3 songs in, they just smash apart. they don't. They you can't do a full gig with them.
Are you suggesting that cheap picks you had made by AliExpress or similar aren't of top quality?
No, the show and tell only. Honestly, it's absolutely it's the fun. It pops up on my Facebook every 5 seconds. If I look for it now, though, it won't appear. But it's literally Kermit the Frog doing the "We need a bigger boat" with the shark behind him. It just looks amazing. It's superb.
We need a writer's costume. Well, we could do that. I mean, it's just an issue
about it, and then we realised that we're both 50 and nearly 50, and possibly we might not be very flattering in them.
Or that the population of a convention couldn't handle that much beefcake.
Couldn't handle that much beefcake. Yeah, that's what we settled on. Too much beefcake.
Well, Ruth has pointed out that's a summer costume for sure, unless you want to freeze. Oh, now, hello. What are we rolling here?
That one, Richard.
That's the one, yeah. Isn't that awesome? That's like the best T-shirt you've ever seen in your life. That's incredible.
I've been reading your book, Richard.
Oh, how are you? How far are you into it?
I'm 75% of the way through it, according to my Kindle.
So, first question, because James and I have not talked about this off air. Nothing prepared. My primary question is, how have you been enjoying it?
I've been loving it.
Yeah,
I really enjoyed it. I really enjoy your writing style. Now, the one thing I will say, and I bring it up, it's effectively a negative, but don't take it as such, is that obviously I'm seeing all the references in there to stuff and appreciating the setting it is in. And I would imagine most of our viewership would pick all the same stuff up. But outside of people who go to a sci-fi convention, I'm not sure they're going to recognize a lot of what's going on in it. But
yes,
it depends on your market. So as long as you understand that, I
very much aimed at a niche audience. My biggest question is, because I've written 2 different endings to it.
Yeah.
Do you think you have a good inkling as to who done it, and more importantly, why?
Well, all the evidence is pointing towards the lady in the silver wig at this point.
Okay, all right.
That's the conclusion that your protagonist is following, and that's what the police officer appears to be following as well. But I'm expecting a twist. Because if you're leading me to a killer, it's too obvious. It's not going to be them, is it? So it could be a spectacular suicide, dressed up as a murder.
When can we get the book, Richard? So, interesting question. So, I have actually finished the book, but I'm not I had to cut down, on the advice of a professional, I had to cut down the word count and make it a novella rather than a novel. So I've had to shorten it a bit. And I'm, after what James has said, partly regretting that a little bit, if he's enjoying it. So
Yeah, I mean, what I would say is, if I know that I've only got a quarter of it left to go, and bearing in mind how long it's taken me to read it, which is not terribly long, I'm thinking, I wish it was longer.
Very generous of you to say. Advice I've had is to keep it short. Try and keep it quite short. But yeah, it's more about how the ending's going to go. I'm trying to not make it too clever, which sounds like a weird thing to say. It's not a novel for me. It's a novel for someone to read and enjoy, rather than try and have. It's not a clever novel, is it, James? It's a entertaining novel, or novella, should I say?
Oh, yes, it's very entertaining. And I've particularly enjoyed the appearance of a group known as the Data's Moustache.
Yes, the Data's Moustache have a pivotal role to play in catching the killer. Yeah. So I was actually going to see if James wanted to offer any rewrites or any advice, possibly co-author it if we are going to make it a novel rather than a novella. If he wants to expand any bits and pieces, because as you probably gathered, James, a lot of what I've cut out is backstory. I've cut out a lot of backstory to shorten it into a novella. So hopefully it will be available. I'm hoping to have it go to press, depending on James's seal of approval, in time for Blackpool this year. We'll see.
Oh, I'm sure we'll be able to do it by then. That's August, isn't it? That's 6 months away. It
is, but we'll make sure this is good quality stuff.
It's already good quality stuff.
When
I'm not blowing sunshine at you. I do enjoy your writing style. I think it's really good. It's very engaging.
When I reread it before I sent it to you, I was like, do you know what? I'm actually enjoying reading this. It's good fun. Yeah. So yes, be available for James. James will have a suitcase full of them for Blackpool. I'm sure that he'll sign and.
Why would I sign it? I've not written it.
Well, you can help produce it, and you are in it. So.
Am I Jim from the Data's Moustache?
You are Jim from Data's Moustache. Don't get me wrong. Later on, you do correct them.
Well, I'm sorry I didn't finish it before today. I did try, but
I'm delighted you've been enjoying it.
Yes, so I definitely recognise the Norbreck.
Have you got as far as the cab driver yet?
Yes, I've met the cab driver.
That was my favourite one I shooed in.
Was he meant to be Johnny Cab?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, that's what I was thinking.
Yes. Yes, hopefully it'll be available to order as soon as James has sealed his approval and decided whether or not we need to make it a full novel or keep it as a novella. We'll see.
I think it'd be rather difficult to backfill it out again once you cut it down, but could be done.
Well, a lot of the it works without a lot of character backgrounds, but could be expanded with more character background. So,
I mean, what you could do as an idea is there could be another murder that occurs right at the end of this one, and in fact, you then traipse back through all the events happening in this book from a different perspective of a different character.
You've almost got what I was going to do. So the next book I've got in mind is a prequel. It's a prequel, but not a murder or theft. Another convention, but not a sci-fi convention. Yeah, there we are.
Well, there we go. Well, I'm sure the viewership will be excited to get their hands on. What's the book called again? Murdercon.
It's called Murdercon. Yes. Yeah. That's the working title. Murdercon. The Qs can be a killer.
Oh, such good fun. But look at the time, gentlemen.
Yes, we're past time. So please do look after yourselves and each other.
Don't have nightmares.